Alright, welcome back. So this one, this is the third video installment for making the mansion pieces. This is the thing that we're going to make right now. We're going to make this column. We're going to miter this molding, and then we're going to do a nice little cut right in there, and it should look pretty cool. Alright, so let's get started. So first we're going to take the whole piece. Everything should be nice and flush on each side. I'm going to group that, and then I'm going to put the center point right in the bottom left over there. Actually, I'm going to put that in the bottom right first. Then I'm going to move it over here into the grid. Then I'll move the center point again and duplicate it and hold down X and snap it over. So now we have the seam is right in the middle, which, you know, may be important. You never know. It's good to be a little bit exacting. Okay, so let's see what we have here. It's kind of small. It doesn't stick out too terribly much, so it'll stick out like halfway. These guys are a lot bigger, so let's start with that. So we go to create, and we make a cube, amazingly enough, and we'll make it smaller. Let's make the whole thing smaller. Yeah, I like that. It feels good. Maybe too big, but we'll roll with it. So I like that spot. Let's make sure that the bottom verts are all on the ground. So I select the bottom verts, hold down X, and select these guys, and I'm going to snap them to the bottom vert over there. And okay, so there we go. So like I said in class, it's good to pilfer from yourself, especially if you have a little design that you did and you don't want to redo it. There's no reason why you should have to redo it. So I'm going to take this piece here and duplicate it, and then just delete all of the stuff underneath it. So now all we have is this little molding. I'm going to center the pivot. Then I'm going to put the center point in the bottom left. So molding, or mitering rather, is a fun little thing to do. Just, you kind of learn, like I said in class, you learn really well about snapping, and snapping only a single axis. So you don't have to do anything fancy like booleaning or cutting or anything like that. It's just rotating and moving and snapping verts. So pretty easy. So we have this piece. We're going to rotate it counterclockwise. Put a 90 in there. Snap this guy over here. And now it's sticking way far out, so we're going to bring that back in. And we're going to snap it to this little vert over there. So now we have the right molding, right side molding. And you can see how nice that mitering is automatically like that. So after that, we're going to duplicate it. We'll snap it to this side. We'll rotate it back. So this is going to be set to 0. Then we'll duplicate it again, snap it back here, and rotate it. Oop, I snapped it to the wrong spot. Alright, there we go. Let's make sure I didn't get 2 on there. I did! Haha! I suspected as much. Rotate this out. That'll be minus 90. And now you can see we have some nice little molding that we're about to change. So to do this, what we need to do is just grab on to select one piece, and then we're going to grab onto one of these verts, and then we're going to snap this x-axis to this one over here. And what this will do is it will bring it back in line on this edge, and we won't be doing any cutting, so that's just not necessary. So we hold on to V, we hold on to this one, this axis, and we aim it right there. Hold there, V, aim it at that one. Click here, V, aim it at this one, and all the way down. Alright, so we have one side done. Then we'll do this side. And we'll grab onto this. Actually, this one, since we have it now intersecting, we can just totally grab onto the vert itself. So, click, V, snap, click, V, snap. That's irksome. Alright. And we're going to do the same thing on this side. Right. And then on this side, we're just going to do like we did before and just snap the individual vert. I know I'm going pretty fast, but you should be able to see what I'm doing with the little thing in there in the bottom left. All right, and now we have some awesome looking molding. Incidentally, you might notice I have wireframes right here, even when it's not selected. You can go to Shading, Wireframe on Shaded, and then you'll be able to see the wireframe. It can be very helpful to have that. So now I'm going to select the box, the cube underneath, and I'm just going to delete the top, back, and bottom faces. Then I'm going to combine that box with our new molding, and then I'm going to combine that and merge our verts. Alright, so we have the base to it created. Now the next part is to grab the top edge here and we extrude it on up. So this one is going to go obviously to the bottom of this molding. We're not going to put the dentals on it. And I'm going to hold down V and I'm going to aim it at that bottom vert. Even though I couldn't see it, I knew it was right over there. And just like we did with the molding on the bottom, we're going to take this piece, duplicate it, and move it out. So here I'm going to remove all the extra stuff that I don't need on it, which is namely the all of the little teeth, the dentals, and the top, bottom, and back and sides. So all we need is the front, but I do want this one there. So that's what we're left with. Okay, now we need to make our center point in the correct location. So I think it goes down here in the, I'm going to put it on the top first. And I didn't move it vertically at all because I want it to be in the same exact spot. 86, we'll change that to 90. I'll move this in and we can see some nice stuff going on there. And I'm going to move this to the side But here I'm going to make sure that I like where it's positioned. So it's probably going to be a little bit, yeah, it's going to be like half the size of that because we don't have the dentals on it. Then I'm going to grab this axis and I'm going to aim it at this point. Then I'm going to grab onto this edge, go back into shaded, and I'm going to aim it at that point. So now you can see I have molding and it goes in there and connects. I do, however, have a lot of this out in the back. We want to get rid of that. V down there and aim it at this vert over there. Right. Cool. Now I'm going to move the center point down to the bottom because we moved that edge finally in. And I'll duplicate it and I'll snap it over there and I'll rotate it out. Change this to 0. And then I'm going to duplicate it again, snap it in the back, and rotate it out, minus 90. And okay, so this one is going to be the same exact thing. I want to make sure these guys are really on this vert over here, so I grab all of them and I aim it right over there. There we go. So I'm going to start from the bottom, and then I'm going to grab onto this axis, aim it there, that one, aim it there, select that one, aim it there. It may be easier if you go from, like, do the same ones, like this one, and then this one, and this one, this one, etc. But if you keep track of it in your head, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. And select these. And I'm just going to snap those guys in. And then I'm going to do the same for this. So here you can see these guys aren't aligned with that top vert. There we are. Grab this one, snap it over there. This one, snap it here. This one, snap it here. This one, snap it here. That one, snap it there. Snap it there. And then we're just going to snap these guys right from the vert. Alright. Cool. We just have an opening up there that we have to fix. Select these guys here. We're going to combine it. We're going to merge our verts. Delete our history. And so now we're going to, we can't actually fill hole on this because we have open back. So we have to bridge this. We select this edge and then shift select on this edge. And instead of selecting fill hole, we're going to select bridge. And that takes an edge over here and just bridges it along over here. So it looks very sweet. Now we need to give this a little bit of a cut right over here. So this is very simple. There's also a little doodad on the front that we're not going to worry about so much. But this is very simple. It's just going to be a multi-cut and a bevel. So going in here, Shift Control X, and then hold down X, or Control rather, and we'll click over here, and then we'll click about over here. Press W to complete the tool. Go into Edge mode, select that one, select this one, and then watch this. This is so cool. bevel edge. Ka-ching. That easy. Of course, these are the settings you need. And that's it. Now I have our little window piece. Just for the fun of it, you can select all of them, press Ctrl G to group it. Put the center point right down here in the bottom left, and Ctrl D to duplicate, and try duplicating a bunch there. See what it looks like. Looks really cool. So hopefully your stuff looks pretty good. You're pretty pleased with it. And in the next videos, we're going to, I think we'll start with, I think it might be time to work on this middle piece. So we'll make the stairs, make the middle pieces, and then we'll make the remaining columns, and we'll make these little parking block things. That's what I call them. All right, everybody, thank you for watching, and I hope that was informative.